Commence primary ignition.
Hi, I'm Howie Weed. I was the Wampa Ice Creature in The Empire Strikes Back, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Thank you, Howie, and welcome, Dave and everyone else, to our final episode of Celebrating Autographs, VCN Family Vacation. Woo! It's a party.
Woo! It is time. Time is just, it's coming up. Look at there, right there. July 29th, man.
We're basically a month away. It's truly 5 weeks out, slightly less than 5 weeks out, which is very, very exciting. And we're looking forward to seeing all of you guys in California in the various locations we'll be tackling, from Hollywood to Anaheim to San Francisco and everywhere along the way. Tonight's show is based around the San Francisco event, most importantly. We'll be telling you who's going to be attending the Creators of the Universe section of the trip, the new autograph signers and all of that, as well as recapping everything we talked about for the Anaheim show and the Hollywood show, and do a little bit of other prep work for getting ready for autographs. Because I'm sure everyone now is in like planning mode.
That if you want more detail on some of the signers, if you missed an episode on the Virtual Cantina Network on our YouTube channel, all of these are archived. There's a whole playlist for Celebrating Autographs. It's all of Frank's stuff that he's talked about how you can do autographs and how you can get it and all the process and everything. Plus the first two episodes of these, the Hollywood and the Anaheim episodes, so you can go get those details.
Yeah. There's a wealth of information on the network. All of the shows are archived, and we have playlists for everything. I would say Celebrating Autographs is one of the best in terms of con preparation, of course, and specifically what tools, what
and
accessories.
About if you want to know who some of these people are in more depth, we have speaker series and watch-alongs with a lot of these people, with C. Andrew Nelson and with oh my gracious, blankness, Hal Hickel, and a ton of our guests have been on our previous shows. So go back, watch those, check it out, and you'll get some ideas for things that you might want signed.
Yeah, Hal Hickel did a watch along of Pirates, which was really fun because, we're typically we're a Star Wars network. I would say 95% of our content, if not 99% of our content, is Star Wars related. So it's rare that we take a break from a galaxy far, far away, and instead we headed off to the Caribbean to play with some pirates. And he was awesome and had great stories and is really interesting. And he's also had a big role in the creation of all things Star Wars. So
absolutely,
he's going to be a fun one to meet. I'm sad I'm missing the Northern California portion of the trip, but I just couldn't take like a whole week off from work. So I am bouncing Wednesday. I know. I'll be there. Look, I'm getting out there Saturday for San Diego Comic-Con. So for anyone who's going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, which is right before the family vacation starts, I'll be there that Saturday and Sunday. I'll be at the Chinese to watch Deadpool Wolverine with everyone on that Sunday night. And then I'll be at the various events Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, including the 2 autograph signing events that we have scheduled, plus Disney. And then it's back home. Yeah. But I'm going to miss this one. But I'm excited to tell you guys all about it.
Oh, this one's going to be fun. I've said all along, I think this one's going to be my favorite, is talking to the creators. And we've had some creators that are going to be at some of the other events, but talking to the creators is going to be the cool thing.
Yeah. I'm sure they have amazing stories.
Good evening, other Mark.
Exactly. Hello, Mark with a C. I don't know who let you in, but we'll allow it. Hello, Melissa. I know also Spencer is lurking in the chat. Don't be fooled. He is there. He just hasn't typed anything yet, but he's watching.
Yes.
As always, we actually were meeting before the show talking logistics and all things family vacation. We are trying to make this the best trip you'll take all year, is sort of the way that we are trying to make this happen for you guys. And there's so much fun stuff planned. And of course, like putting on an event of fun stuff takes a ton of work. There he is lurking,
There
Spencer.
he is.
But yeah, the work is definitely transforming into all sorts of really fun stuff that we're going to get into. So, do we want to break into the PowerPoint now? Because we have a long show ahead. You know
Oh
how
yeah.
we've gone long
When
the
do
first
we
2
not
weeks?
have a long show?
Yeah. Well, I really thought, I was like, oh, part 3 will be the short one. There aren't that many signers, but we're kind of recapping a bunch of stuff. And we have all of the cast pieces that we know people have asked about as
Yes.
well. So we're going to show you those, so you can see everyone who's coming from like Ahsoka or wait till you see the Mando list. It is
It's,
wild.
it's
Also, reminder to bring your cash, bring your cash, bring your cash.
yes, cash is king. Spencer loves to say that.
Cash you're
I
carrying.
was at my first show this past weekend where cash was not king, where
Where were you?
everything was done through the con itself. There were not like people taking cash at individual booths. You had to go to a table, pay your money, get your. So the day is coming,
Yeah.
but
Rhode
not
Island
yet.
Comic Con has done that for some guests where you
Mhm.
have to buy a ticket in advance, or buy online. And it is definitely moving toward that. And the nice thing is you usually eliminate your wait time, or you can end up in a waiting group where it's like, hey, you're in group C, see you in 3 hours.
Well, see,
Come back then.
that was exactly why they were doing this deal. Is
Mhm.
that when you bought, depending on what time of day you bought, is then you're in autograph signing group 3.
Mhm.
That is on the schedule. That's at 2:45. So
I
I'm
love
just
that.
telling
It's
you,
the way to do it.
Spencer, the day where they go cashless at some cons, number one is already there. For the superhero con that I was just at in San Antonio, it was there. All right. But it's coming for others. But for
Mhm.
our events, cash is king. Bring your cash.
Yes,
It's going to be
exactly.
we have zero guarantees that these guests will have the ability to take card.
Yeah,
Zero.
not everyone just carries a Square with them unless you're
Right.
legitimately a small business owner. You probably don't have Square or a credit card, so bring cash. And just to address some of the comments in the chat that we want to get ahead of real quick, Melissa, there will be a PowerPoint coming that'll showcase all of the
Well, it's right
information
there. It's
that
already
we're going
there.
to show.
See,
Yeah, you can see it. We're going to go full screen in a little bit. Sherry, I will absolutely, definitely go off topic. I encourage you to help me with inane questions. And Spencer, I agree. I did have the best Star Wars Celebration scheduling of all time. But that's neither here nor there anymore. I
I
don't
cannot
understand
comment. I
why.
was not there. I do not
Yeah, I don't understand why ReadPop isn't working with everyone to make that happen at every con across the country. But not I don't work in that space anymore, nor do I intend to. You work like a dog. I got to tell you, I give a lot of credit to my friends who are talent agents and appearance managers, and I know some guys who like legitimately run the con circuit in like sort of almost um, not volunteer roles, but they work like, hey, I'm just working the con this weekend. I'm in this particular like showing up and doing whatever, and it's like gig work kind of.
Yeah.
You're on your feet like 12 hours a day eating chicken fingers if you're lucky, and it is a beast. So shout out to everyone keeping these things running.
Yeah. Sherry's
Yes,
like,
Sherry.
I,
Yeah,
I think I remembered that kind of thing too. Is it Celebration
like 1
Anaheim?
and 2.
Is you had to go to the booth and and they would print you out your QR and then you had to take it to the talent.
Oh, that was a COVID thingamajig, but you had to
Oh,
have QRs, I think. But I think Sherry, what you're talking about is like Celebration 1 and 2, where they had like ticket like books where you could get like $20, like you'd be like, hey, here's your stack of like $20 tickets, and you redeem them at the table. Because back then you could get Carrie Fisher and Anthony Daniels and everyone else, Kenny Baker, for like $20. And they were
whew.
like a bunch of $10 signers or a bunch of $20 signers. I remember reading all about it. Frank actually has a show all about it. And he has all of the prior pricing for every single person who attended Celebration. I think as he was preparing for either 2017 or 2019. I don't remember. We'd have to go back and look at the show. It's probably for 2019, but I remember seeing that like Mark Hamill was like $25 at Celebration 1 or whatever it was. So
Wow.
back when it was just called Celebration, before we knew it was going to be Celebration 1.
Well,
Yeah. So there you go. Now we're off topic already, Sherry.
all right,
Damn it.
let's get into the
So
thing. All right, let's go. Let me just switch us over to the
yes, get us
PowerPoint.
to the PowerPoint. God help us. There's a heat wave in New York too. So I'm like sweating already. We're not even 10 minutes into the show. All right, so let's just jump right in to the event. I just love the logo on this one more than anything else. The creators of the Star Wars universe, because that's straight out of Masters of the Universe.
No, it's not. I did not steal that directly from there at all.
Yeah, it's definitely not an immediately recognizable font in any way, shape, or form. So this is our Thursday event, and so Monday and Tuesday were the ones we already covered. This is Thursday, August 1st, happening in San Francisco, and
And
as
it's
you
a
can
little
see,
bit
the
of a
address is down
different
there.
time. This one we're gonna do the meet and greets and the karaoke kind of like simultaneously. It's all happening 7 to 11 p.m. It's not like the earlier kind of deal that we had with some of the others, and it's not vacation people like show your little pin and you're in and out. Like we're doing this whole deal all together at from 7 to 11. So and you should still have plenty of time with all of the creators and all the people because there are so many fewer at this event.
Yeah, it's not like the first event where there's like 20 people. There's just six or
I,
seven.
I think 20 is a low estimate.
All right, so let's jump into the first person.
All right, right there.
So this is Bill Kimberlin,
Bill.
and he worked at ILM on the Death Star 2. So get him on your Return of the Jedi poster. He's also the author of the book Inside the Star Wars Empire, and he is a $30 price point with the purchase of a book. So
Yes.
if you don't buy that gets you the book with the autograph, and it's $20 for an autograph on its own.
Yep. So you can show up with your own book. This is available on Amazon. It's available on eBay. It's all over the place. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I ordered it. It came in super fast, so you still got time to make that sort of thing happen. He will have some copies there, but I don't know how many.
Yep. That's always the tricky part.
Yeah.
And hello, Ashley. Welcome, Ashley Brienzo, host of Daughters of the Galaxy, which we have a new episode this Wednesday. Just to sidetrack for a minute, I know this will be relevant for Sherry. We're doing the Acolyte mid-season check-in on Daughters this week with Ashley and Jamie. And, you know, Jamie being our resident High Republic expert, and she is loving the show. I'm excited for her to just go wild. I'd be like, I just have to press the button and let her go. So I know Ashley's really enjoying the Acolyte as well. Ashley, you joined at a great time. We're just getting into the people for San Francisco.
Yeah.
So that's Bill Kimberlin. Buy his book. Get him to sign it. I'm excited. I'm excited to read it. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard it's fantastic.
Yeah, and then you have your choice, of course, whether you have him sign it like an author, inside on the in ink pen or whatever, or I get weird and I like have people sign the outside so I can just display it that way.
I like that too. All right.
Yeah.
All
right,
next
Nick.
Signer.
Boom. See Andrew Nelson.
Yes, this is our resident Darth Vader. We couldn't get you James Earl Jones. But we do have C. Andrew Nelson. And so he's also part of the effects team in ILM. Again, these are all creators.
Yeah.
He worked on the effects for Phantom Menace. He was also a supervisor for the visual effects at LucasArts, and he worked on several video games. So if you're a gamer guy, you've probably played a game that he's worked on. My understanding is that it's like quite an extensive list there. And then he's also been Darth Vader at publicity events for Lucasfilm, which that's got to be really fun. Because like everyone just loves Darth Vader. Like even though he's like the big villain of the series, he's like everyone's favorite character.
The bad guy is everybody's favorite. Really?
He's the face of the franchise.
He is.
He's one of the most recognizable villains in all of cinema, but also just characters in all of cinema.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about specifically what C. Andrew Nelson has done, we do have, I think it's a speaker series on him where he just came in, he spoke, he talked about all the things he done. He talks about some of the other things that he does. He has like a YouTube channel and some stuff, and yeah, so go check that out. It's kind of back down the list, but it's there.
Yep. Definitely watch his episode, and he is a $40 signer.
$40, and remember these are combo prices.
Yes,
that's not his autograph. That's his autograph and a selfie.
Yep. All right. Next signer, Hal Hickel. What can't we say about Hal Hickel? I mean,
I know.
He's one watch along with the Pirates
Yes.
movie, which is very cool, which he won the Academy Award for
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. He was also nominated for Rogue One, and of course he was also the animation supervisor on Mando, Ahsoka, and Book of Boba Fett. So he's someone you could get on multiple cast pieces. And I keep
Yes.
talking about the cast pieces because we're going to show you at the end all of the people we have booked across the different series. Let me tell you, that took up a good chunk of my Sunday, people.
I
Um,
bet it did.
yeah,
But this
during
is what I'm having
the
Hal
heat
sign
wave.
right here. One of the things is
It's a
I'm
good
going to go
idea.
ahead and look the Dead Man's Chest DVD.
Yeah, I think this is the problem, right? If you only get one, where
Oh,
does it
it's
go?
$30. I'm not only
I
getting
know.
one.
You gotta get them all. He's cheap enough, and when's here's the thing, he also doesn't do the circuit. A
Yeah.
lot of these people are either doing their first time signing or they never sign, and they're
Mhm.
not weirdly, they don't get booked for gigs. I don't think they wanna get booked for gigs because I think if he put it out there that, like, he hired, an appearance manager, I'm
Yeah.
sure he would get booked at conventions. But in general, conventions are sometimes gun shy about creators versus on-screen talent. That's always
Mhm.
a thing because they're at least, like, on-screen talent are usually immediately recognizable to people being like, "Oh yeah, I saw you once in that thing," as opposed to Academy Award winner over here. So
Yeah.
he's not really out there visibly. So this would be a good chance to get multiple items signed by Hal Hickel.
Yeah, and I love it, the creator ones. I was at another con. I did 2 cons this weekend. I was at another con that was all creators. It was the
Mm.
creators of, like, the G.I. Joe cartoons and figures and comic
Oh,
books
fun.
and all of those people, and it's great to see that kind of people getting booked at that, and, like an event like that, this one was G.I. Joe centric, but an event
Mhm.
like that, he would do gangbusters, I think, really.
Oh, for sure. I think we're trending toward that now.
Oh, and the other thing that I have for Hal to get signed is you'll see the picture right there in front of him. He's the creator of the Droidica.
Oh, I forgot about that.
See that? Yeah, right there, and it's right there in the
Mhm.
picture, right below the
Yep,
IC
I
in
see
his
him.
name. And conveniently, Hasbro just came out with that.
Mm.
Pulse came out with that. They just shipped this summer, so he might have a couple of those. But you can probably locate that.
Yeah, there's
But
definitely some
if you
Droidicas
do,
out there.
get on it now. And
Well,
there
that's the
are
thing.
some.
We're 4 weeks out, so if you
Yeah.
guys need to order anything, make your decisions, and don't wait for Amazon Prime to deliver the day before. Please don't do that. Like,
No.
look ahead of time and get your stuff ready. Also, you don't really have 4 weeks because you're probably leaving on, like, the
Yeah.
28th, and you gotta get packing, and if you wanna ship something to Mike's house, like I recommended last week, 1, you gotta get his address, you gotta tell him that's coming. It's a whole thing. So, but
We'll put
seriously,
the
get ahead of
address
this.
in the scroll.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be down there. It'll just post it on the Facebook page. We're just gonna dox Mike. He'll love that. Um,
But oh, look, Hot Toys just dropped a Droidica figure too. Ooh,
oh,
won't be out in
oh yeah,
time for this, but maybe we can talk Hal into doing these again.
yeah.
But
And he
yeah,
is
he
only
gets
$30, so rack them up.
yes.
Yeah, everyone ship to Mike's. He's gonna love it when he hears this. Be like, "What's happening here?" I'm already
Well,
staying with him. Cat's staying with him. He's basically like boarding a bunch of us,
well,
like stray cats. All right, on to the next
all right,
signer because we
next
could spend
one.
all night talking about Hal.
We
Honestly,
really could because I
yeah,
mean, look at the number of posters and think
yeah.
yes, totally could. Oh, a Darth Revan helmet at GameStop? What's that? That's over on the Insta chat.
Mm, um, I had heard about that. Yes. There's a Darth Revan. It's
Interesting.
not us.
Okay.
Someone's doing a Darth Revan.
Mm,
It is a mid-price, but it actually looks really nice. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. But it's definitely not a replica. But I think it says replica, but it is not. Anyway, but it's an affordable price point.
Well, how can it be a replica of something that hasn't technically existed in
Mm,
real
Well,
life yet?
let's start there. But also,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, moving on to John Goodson.
Yes,
Um,
John Goodson. He does have things that exist in real life.
Exactly. He's an ILM model maker, and he made the Razor Crest, which of course was featured in The Mandalorian, as well as Gideon Star Cruiser, which was
See,
also featured in The Mandalorian.
that's
Um,
what I've got for him is the
oh,
Star
very
Wars
nice.
mission fleet right there.
Ooh.
Is they put these out. These are I think a Walmart item even,
Hmm.
or they were when they came out. But so, you know,
Yeah.
It's gonna be lovely. And I've got to decide now: do I get him to sign the box? Do I open it and get him to sign the thing?
Oh, that's tricky. I like the box because that's more frameable.
It
Um,
is, but do I want to display this like I display the rest of my toys? Is I just put, the actual ship on a little stand back there.
oh, I like that too. All right,
Yeah.
these are some tough questions. I think everyone needs to stress over this and then tell us what you're choosing. Because I I like 2D things signed, not 3D things signed.
Mhm.
Like I don't really do action figures, Funkos, and all the rest. I love my 8x10s and my posters and stuff like that. But I
I
know people who love having helmets and which you have the boba and everything else.
I will do all the 3D things for you.
Yep.
Like
Um,
when I rolled into the GI Joe Con, I hadn't heard of it beforehand. Like as I was unprepared, I'm there at the con, and so I'm hitting the con floor and buying all the things. And here I got this. He
yep.
bought this. Sign this. So,
Yeah. It turns into I can't. I'm just legitimately out of space. Like I got no room in here for anything.
yeah.
Um, but
But
with
again,
John,
John Goodson, other properties as well, Back to the Future stuff. The other Star franchise that we're not supposed to mention its name, Star Trek. He's done some things on there as well.
all right, well, now he's disinvited. Um, but no, don't hold that against him. We love John, and yeah, you can put him on The Mandalorian or Ahsoka. And again,
Oh,
$30 price point. The prices on these events
oh yeah,
this event in particular are very affordable.
completely multiple things. I think I've got a Jedi, one of those Jedi starfighters over there too. So it might be.
Hmm.
Now this is unconfirmed. He's listed as an uncredited Jedi Knight in Attack of the Clones. What? Hmm.
You better ask him that.
Yeah.
We did not put him on our Attack of the Clones
No.
poster because
We
again,
do not
uncredited, hard to confirm.
necessarily know that, but like we just said,
Yeah.
is you can check out his interview with the Skywalking through Neverland.
Hmm.
Check that out. Um, and let's see.
All right,
Yes, actually, there are many things that require the 3D.
it's true. All right, next signer.
I actually had a conversation, Spencer, with the guy that created the flag for GI Joe, and he said, I don't know if I would have signed that if you'd have brought that. I think
Hmm.
I would have signed it like up underneath because you don't want to really just mess up the design and because I was going to bring in like I own a piece of the flight deck, and he's like, I don't know, that I would have done that. I was like, interesting,
Hmm.
appreciate it. So these are always conversations you may end up having with the signer that you've got, these creators. Like if you were bringing in an original model, if you had like one of the original mock-up models or something. I had that conversation with Jim Swearingen, the designer of the original figures and that mail-in kind of the backdrop thing. And I pulled mine out for him to sign, and he looks at it and it's like, and I go, it's a replica. It's a replica. It's not the original one from 1977. He's like, oh, okay. It's like I would not devalue the original one with my signature.
No, that's fair.
So
All right,
yeah. What
next
do we got
signer.
next? We're boom.
All right, this is Katie. Do
I
we
think
say
it's
it's
I think it's
Sabaker?
Kate. I think it's
Oh,
Kate.
it's a Kate.
I think it's Katie. I
Okay.
think it's Kate.
This is her first public signing. So any question you ask her is probably going to be one of the first that she gets asked. I'm sure she'll have some good stories. None of us have heard. So that's the
Mhm.
kind of thing where this is very exciting. She's got a few interesting credits here. She worked on the Holo chessboard for
Mhm.
Solo and in the Rise of Skywalker with Phil Tippett and the Tippett Studios, and she's been on Adam Savage's Tested. Her price is $40, and like I said, first time signer. I would
Yep.
say if you have a hollow chessboard, to me that's close to 2D, because it's like a
They're
flat surface.
available currently at Galaxy's Edge. I'm getting this.
Oh, that's the Dark Knight. Yeah,
Yes, the tumbler from the Dark
yeah,
Knight.
yeah. That's very cool.
So,
Oh, Ashley says she met her at Tippett
woo,
Studios in 2019, and that she's really nice. That's great to hear.
excellent. Very cool.
Yeah, the
Tumblr.
tumbler is really neat. I never call it the tumbler. It's the Batmobile. I mean, I know it's not really, but you know.
But yeah, is so all sorts of things that you can get, and like I said, the and if you're not near Galaxy's Edge, they do still have the hollow chessboard on Shop Disney. Though mine is taking forever to ship. So be warned. All right.
And then I think this is our last signer announced for this event. Lauren Vogt.
Yes.
She is makeup artist for Isla Sakura and Ornfree Ta. That's of course during the prequel era, and you can see those pictures over there. I love what she's wearing. She looks fabulous in those.
Yeah.
Like, of course, makeup artists are always the most insane in the best possible way, and always wear really interesting stuff. Very fashionable. She was also a puppeteer and a fabricator of the dancing alien in Spaceballs,
I
which
know.
did you hear? And they've been saying this for years, so it's
Oh
hard to
yeah.
believe if it's confirmed or not. But like, Spaceballs is finally getting a sequel,
I,
maybe, kind of.
I mean, some of the sources I saw were questionable, but some looked pretty legit.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing I remember when Force Awakens came out, and they were saying the Schwartz Awakens was going to be a thing, and I think Mel Brooks had intended to do it, and then too much time had passed. But I am seeing legitimate news about a sequel to
Mhm.
Spaceballs, so that could be really fun.
So look at there, Josh Gad. That was what I was going to say. Is I was waiting for to actually hear it from Josh Gad's face, but there it is with
Yeah,
Mel.
exciting stuff.
Wow.
And so
This
she's
is
our
what I'm doing for Lauren right here as an
Isla
Ayla
Sakura.
Secura
Nice.
figure right there. And later, you can go and have Amy Allen do this as well. And
Mhm.
I think I'm going to put like a little sticker maybe on this of that picture of Lauren doing the makeup, like make a little sticker of that, just print it out and kind of put it on the box, and then I have both of them.
Yeah, she, yeah, Isla, as a character, I think is, obviously people know who Amy Allen is. She's on the circuit pretty frequently.
Mhm.
I don't think people always remember the name of the blue Jedi girl,
The
right?
Blue
The blue
Jedi
Jedi girl,
girl.
right? So, but Amy Allen does the circuit not as frequently as she used to, but she's kind of out there. You could definitely get something dual signed by her and Lauren, and I think Amy would be like, "Oh wow, that's really cool that like Lauren's on there too," like because that makeup was definitely something for Isla Sakura.
Yeah.
Um, and she's only $40 for Lauren. So again, all the prices at this event really affordable. And I think now we have coming up the list of everyone who's attending, just the summary.
Right. I was checking to make sure something like Amy Allen has been announced. She will be in October at ICCC Con in
Mm,
Nashville, where we're also doing a Boonta. No, I did not say we had Amy at the Boonta. She will be at the con. So Lauren in August, Amy in October. Come see us at both.
I'm very excited about ICCC.
Yeah, that was a good show. It was fun last year. It really was. All right, so that's our main list. And if anybody gets a line on a good sized or boxed figure of the dancing alien from Spaceballs, you need to message me.
Hmm.
If you get a good line on a physical 3D object of that, come on, people, help me out. All right, here we go.
All right, so here's the summary of everyone attending the event in San Francisco. The creators of the Star Wars universe: Hal Hickel, John Goodson, Bill Kimberlin, Lauren Vogt, C. Andrew Nelson, and Kate Sabaker. So six really interesting people who are very rarely out there signing autographs. So
Right.
and affordable prices. So good chance to get lots of things signed.
Oh yes.
All right. What else do we have coming up? We want to
Well,
summarize. Go
no,
ahead.
no. Before we summarize, there's more. Oh wait,
Oh, we
there's
have a new
more.
signing. That's right.
Yes. So we couldn't leave it at that, or more appropriately, Spencer couldn't leave it at that, because that's the way he rolls. We have added another signer to the Boonta Eve special edition, the Galaxy's Most Wanted. All right. And and this remember the Galaxy's Most Wanted. That's kind of the original trilogy kind of thing, plus the prequel era. It's not the Disney verse. It's a little bit older stuff. Okay, and so we are pleased to announce, boom.
I know it's nice to see another returning prequel Jedi sort of like coming out of the woodworks. This is, we think the last name pronunciation, Tux Akindoyeni. He's a new signer. He never does the circuit because he's based in Australia, is my understanding.
Hmm.
So this will be his West Coast debut. Apparently, there's like one signing that's happening in the East Coast, like not long before this. Yeah, he was Jedi Master Agent Kolar in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. And he's going to be $50. And again, it's a combo price. So you get a picture with him, and he's someone like there aren't a lot of pictures of this man floating around.
No.
And I gotta tell you, I worked at Tops, and I don't think he ever signed for us. If he did, it was ages ago. I'd have to look again, but I know all the rando Jedi we got to sign for us across the various trading card sets, and he was never on my lists anywhere because we were never able to get him. That's sometimes how it goes. Like people are just kind of like inaccessible. But yeah, this is a really cool one, and probably if you have an Attack of the Clones or Return of the Jedi cast, Revenge of the Sith cast piece, I bet money he's not on it.
Yeah. Yep, very cool. So that's going to be a nice one. And remember, this one is not at the San Francisco event. This is at the Anaheim event. Okay,
because we didn't have enough people at Anaheim, is what I felt. I was like, we need more. So
yeah. So this will be good. We have the space and stuff in Anaheim.
Yeah,
at him in, and he goes right with the theme of that so well.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. Now the cast pieces.
I'm very excited about this because this was a good chunk of my Sunday morning. We were racking up who is in each of the different movies and TV shows. So if you do bring a cast piece, who you can expect to get signed for everything. And of course, the font is so small on here. But for Phantom Menace, we have 4 signers on here. Fawn Davis, C. Andrew Nelson, Hal Hickel, and John Goodman. Goodson.
John Goodman.
John Goodman.
The whole other signing right there.
Exactly. So this would be $130 if you got every single one of these people to sign your episode 1 cast piece. So,
and I like that you chose to put on the 25th anniversary episode poster. That's a very nice post right there.
So all these images that you're going to see are legit posters available to the public. Like I took the picture on Amazon from Trends International, so you could legitimately buy this poster if you really wanted to.
Cool, very nice. All right, next one. We'll go in order. I would have chosen another order because I would have started with episode.
But 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this one is chronological, just to make a little sense. So, Attack of the Clones, we have Fawn Davis, Daniel Stevens, Tux, who we just announced, C. Andrew Nelson, Hal Hickel, John Goodman again, Goodson, and then Lauren Vaught. So a total of $260.
Yes. All right. And Revenge.
Oh, is it going?
Revenge of the Sith. All right. So there. We got Aiden Barton in this one, Aiden Barton is, of course, both Luke and Leia. You know, I don't know that you need them twice, but same thing. Fawn Davis, the creator, Daniel Stevens, Tux, C. Andrew Nelson, John Goodson, and Lauren.
Yep, and you can get that poster if you bought everyone. It'd be $270.
Cool.
Yeah, look like my internet dropped out for a second. I took my phone off the Wi-Fi. I was like, we'll just get fewer devices on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if it was the whole thing because kind of we all dropped out. I think I kind of froze and stuff, so I don't think it was just you. I think it was the thing.
We still have the same number of people watching, so I don't think we lost anyone. We had a blackout at work last week, and I joked and I was like, "Did we not pay a bill, or is it the end of the world?" And now, granted, it was none of those things, but like there was a moment where I was like, "Well, this is it. This is it." I'm just like, it was very whatever.
I don't want to be at work when it's that.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Next slide.
A New Hope.
Not a lot on here. Because we really focused on the Filoni-verse for our event. So there's only 2 signers, Fawn Davis. But I think what's really exciting about this, Mark Anthony Austin doesn't really do the circuit very much, and he's part of the special edition of A New Hope. So depending on your poster, you might want him on something special edition oriented. This poster is actually the classic poster, so it's not a perfect match for that. But you decide. I would sooner put him on a Boba Fett piece anyway.
Yeah, and you can look at. We talked a little bit, and you might want to talk to Craig Miller, who we have as a signer, who worked in all of the original trilogy kind of things. Is you might want to add Craig to this, but it's a talk to him, see what they did. Go back and watch our speaker series with Craig, to where he talks about exactly what his involvement was, and then you can decide. So we didn't actually put him in that list, but that would be another addition.
Yep.
Potentially.
And then similarly small, Empire Strikes Back. Only a couple signers over here. John Morton is probably your headliner on this poster, our Bespin Boba. The total, if you got all three of the guys, would be $150. And then similarly on the Return of the Jedi front, again, not a ton of signers, but a few more. Kevin Thompson popped in. Yep, go ahead. Yeah. And look, we all know Kevin, and we've probably met him. I don't think there's many people going on this trip that hasn't met Kevin, bought an autograph from Kevin, gotten multiple photos with Kevin, heard stories from Kevin. But Margot will also be there, which is very exciting, as well as Dickie Beer. And that takes us to the end of the classic trilogy posters.
Yeah, is the classic trilogy poster. There's always more stuff you can do with Kevin. Like his character has a figure. They've got Tracy's book. You've got he's even like his character is on the cover of a Star Wars comic.
And they have special figures too, I think, and remember, Kevin's also in like the Ewok movies. Like if you somehow have those on VHS, I'm sure he would sign those. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I know I have mine from being a kid, from somewhere. They're probably at my parents' house.
Oh, I actually rebought that stuff on DVD. I'm glutton for punishment.
Oh, that I did not do. All right, let's look at the new trilogy real quick.
And the new trilogy, we're going to go through real quick because there's
very small.
So many fewer people.
Yeah. 7, 8, and 9. Really, there's one signer. Fawn is in Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and then we have just Kate in Rise of Skywalker. Again, we did not make a major focus of the new trilogy because it's all about the Filoniverse. So let's jump into the Filoniverse. Now this slot. Oh wait, we have one more.
We've still got
there's Solo and Rogue One, which again not bad. Kate, Hal, and John, $100 for your Solo poster, and then Rogue One with Hal, $30. So I would put Hal on everything. Honestly, anything you can get him on, like get him.
Yeah, this is starting to turn in kind of like, you've seen all the things about girl math and boy math. This is like Star Wars fan math. It's like, it's only $100 to have this cast piece, and not that we haven't done 3 other pieces before, but you could. I thought it was really cool at the con I was at this weekend at Superhero Con. They were in the food court selling unlimited popcorn buckets, but they were using like new old stock of the metal popcorn buckets. Like they had the Solo bucket, they had the Rogue One bucket. Yeah,
cool. It's very smart.
Yeah, and I was like, hello, I want
it's nerd math. Yeah, I will say I am not getting into the popcorn bucket, the wars of the popcorn bucket, but I kind of really want the Wolverine one, just because it's so ridiculous, and I feel like it's going to be a moment in time that people talk about. So I'm torn.
You got to have the Dune one if you get the Deadpool one.
Yeah, the Dune is probably the one that's going to be remembered the longest. It sort of set the precedent for this nonsense. And then for our animation section for posters, we have Resistance with Christopher Sean. Christopher Sean's also in Vision Season 1. And then on the Clone Wars front, we have Lauren Mary Kim. And then don't forget, Omid Abtahi was in the Clone Wars. I forgot last time. But he is absolutely in the Clone Wars. Not in Season 7, but he's in he's in the Lawless. He's in the best Clone Wars episode.
Yes.
Yeah. If you talk about Mike and the popcorn bucket, he'll just pop in.
Summon Like if we didn't summon him already, talking about everybody shipping crap to his house.
Yeah. Well, we haven't mentioned the Playgirl yet, so there you go.
And you can, of course, get the. We're talking about the Wolverine popcorn bucket. If you go non-Star Wars, you can totally get that signed in Anaheim because Hugh Jackman's double will of course be there.
Daniel Stevens.
Yes.
I committed his name to memory very quickly when I saw those photos. All right, now I think we're into the Filoniverse, right?
Now, no Rebels. You
There's
let
no one
this
from Rebels.
happen? No
This
Rebels.
is everyone's fault but mine. I just want to say that. So, yeah, I actually had a couple people in the mix, but we really leaned in on the Filoniverse thing. And actually, Christopher Sean popped up because we have his dad.
Filoniverse.
So, yeah, I know, and but we really leaned in on live action.
Yes,
So
indeed.
I also think there could be like at one point I was like we could do a whole Rebels thing, but I think another time. And remember, ICCC was basically like Rebels Landing last year.
It really was last year. That's where I got like a huge start at my cast piece.
Yeah, Ashley. Yes, Ashley is not going. She's actually protesting the trip because there is no Rebels signers. That's the real reason.
Yes. Well, when we get into Ahsoka, it's very Rebels adjacent.
Yeah, adjacent.
Very Rebels adjacent. All right, here we go.
All right, so everyone prepare yourself. So here comes the math. The Mandalorian, we really built the event, the first event, the Heroes of the Filoniverse around Mando, Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, but really Mando at the helm. And as you can see, we have multiple signers. Ariel Shue, Barry Lowen, Chris Bartlett, Dawn Dininger, Katie O'Brien, Lauren Mary Kim, Leilani Shue, Marty Matulis, Michelle Lee, Misty Roses, Omid Abtahi, Pam Riddle, Tide Fletcher, Tamara C. Woodard, Warren Prulix, Daniel Stevens, Hal Hickel, and John Goodman. I'm just going to keep saying Goodman because it's funny. Goodson. Yes, $890 for this poster. So when we say bring cash, we are not kidding. Like, if you wanted your Mandalorian cast piece to get, like, how many people are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 people. You're looking at almost $900 just for this particular poster. And I will say, I think if you are gonna, maybe you have a cast piece for Mando that you've already started, and maybe you've already met Omid because he does the con circuit like pretty frequently. And actually, Katie's out there as well. We know Lauren's out there as well. Ariel and Leilani go to numerous events, but maybe you have to add in a bunch of these other people. I will say that like this would be the starting point. I would start with a Mando poster because that's where most of the talent are from.
Yeah, it is the vast majority of people that we have there. Well, we got to work. We'll work on that for you, Ashley. I'm not promising that before the event, but we got you.
I think our TeePublic is 40% off. Is that still happening, or did it expire yesterday?
Weekend. I don't know if it is there.
So Troy's asking a good question. If there's time for 18 autos, I think at 5 minutes each, 20 times 5 is 100 minutes. Yeah, there's more than enough time. It's like 4 hours of signing time.
And especially because you're on the trip, Troy, for this one, remember, for this event, for those who are on the full trip, we're in an hour early.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we get you there. We'll take care of it.
And we'll make sure that people have time to get things signed and also get a decent interaction with all the talent. Also, I can't imagine everyone needs every single person on this list. I've met Chris Bartlett so many times. I don't think I have anything left for him to sign. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, the rest of this list, like, I've never met Hal or Tate or Misty in person. So that's the kind of thing where,
I just have the thing where I have more and more stuff because, like, for Leilani is I have a Tika now. I didn't have a Tika before because Tika wasn't announced before. You know, I've got the T-16 Skyhopper now because that, Obi-Wan hadn't happened. You started with just, a regular off-world Jawa that, Black Series had. Then I get the Power of the Force 2-pack of Jawas so I can have Leilani and Ariel sign both as a 2-pack.
Yeah, it just keeps growing. It's an arms race for sure. I missed Misty at Boonta Anaheim, Ashley, because I was a little bit late to that, coming from the event that I was, I had to work Anaheim. Every celebration I've been to, I've worked. I haven't just attended, which is why I'm really looking forward to the family vacation. I'll still be doing a little bit of work, but it'll feel more like just attending a vacation.
Cool.
Um, all right, let's go to the next cast piece. Obviously, Mando is the big boy one,
Yeah.
but Book of
Well, this
Boba
one's
Fett.
just about that big.
Yeah, it's pretty sizable on here. We have a lot of the same people: Ariel, Chris, Dawn. New to this one is Ead
Mhm.
and Galen, Lauren Mary Kim, Lilana Shum, Shelley, Pam Riddle, Ty Fletcher, Tamara C. Woodard, Warren Pulix, and Hal Hickel all back. This is $640 for the whole cast piece. So again, boy math or nerd math,
Right.
it's only $600. The Mando one was 900. So if you're
Yeah.
doing both, we're looking at $1,500 over here, assuming you need to get all of these people on a new piece.
Yeah.
Um, so,
And again,
yeah.
we'll say at this point, again, the prices announced are combo prices.
Hmm.
Each person has their own right to choose whether they have an adjusted price for a second additional autograph. There might be, but we won't guarantee it.
Right.
Talk, be nice, have a
Yeah.
conversation. That's the whole point of this.
Exactly. And everyone, look, we only invited people we like to the event. I'm going to
Yeah.
be completely frank with you. There are plenty of people who I've worked with who I wouldn't invite back to another event if I had a say over
Mm.
talent. And in this case, I did. And so as we were narrowing down lists and names came up, I was like, no, that person's not pleasant. And that was enough to keep them off of the list
Yeah.
because we're trying to make this exciting for all of you guys and, make it fun. Like, we want to have a good interaction, not someone who's just there trying to grab some cash.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, is it is cool, but like I said, we make no guarantees that there will be additional prices, but there could be adjustments.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. You might be able to get another autograph for a little bit cheaper. You're right.
yeah,
You don't need multiple selfies with someone.
right.
Um, yeah, Book of Boba Fett and Mando are definitely the two biggest cast pieces. We also have, I think, Ahsoka is the next one coming up. Yep.
Yes.
Um, Very similar. We're just sort of like whittling down the list at this point. We've got Chris, we got Dawn. New to this one, Gerald Prescott, Michelle Lee, Nelson Lee, everyone's favorite villain, the real villain of the Ahsoka series. Tamara C. Woodard, Warren Prulix, Hal Hickel, John Goodson. So the price on that one, $430.
I am disappointed, Mark. You forgot someone.
John
You,
Goodman. Yeah.
you didn't put Speedy on this list.
Oh, we did not put Speedy. You're right.
So
Um, well, Speedy's
remember,
not a signer,
no, Speedy
but
is not, but you
yeah,
can get a selfie in
that's true.
or with Speedy, and the proceeds do go to a really good cause.
Yeah,
They go to Shauna Tropic. I can't never say it.
Tripic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Shauna's family
to
for
Shauna's
aftercare.
family.
And yeah,
So make sure that you add that little selfie or that picture as well. And the boss cleared me to make another announcement during Ahsoka. Okay, so
oh boy.
well, actually, it doesn't help me when you type it how to pronounce it. I don't know. Is that how you spell it, or is that phonetically spelled? I don't know. Tripchick, Tripchick.
That sounds right.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very excited about.
Speedy will be
Yeah.
very excited, but wait till this announcement there, Sherry. So we will also have Chopper. Aha. So all of those people, wanting to get their picture, like, Chopper throttling Nelson Lee, it could happen. So yes, Chopper will be with us at the Hollywood event. Probably somewhere in the vicinity of Speedy.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense. I'm excited that we'll have like a full size astromech. And like, if you guys have been to Rhode Island Comic Con, there are always or any con that's sort of mid scale size enough where there would be a droid builder community they'll pop up with their R2s and everything else. And I got to tell you, they're getting more and more sophisticated. It's crazy. They look more and more screen accurate every year. It's unbelievable what these people do, these builders and creators and stuff. They have a really awesome chopper at Rhode Island Comic Con that I see just about every year at this point. And they had a DJ Rex last year as well. I mean, that's crazy.
That
Like
is
full on. Yeah, I'll have to send you photos, Dave. I mean, Rhode Island Comic Con was just off the charts last year. It was so fun. So yes, Ashley, I will
rub
try
that
to
one.
abduct the chopper. He will try to murder me, I'm sure. So I'm very excited to have a meet and greet with Chopper and Speedy.
Absolutely, the meet and greet of Chopper trying to kill you.
Yeah, we need to get a
what
picture of
everybody
Chopper
wants.
in Speedy.
Oh,
So that'll be a thing that happens.
Chopper, yeah, that. Oh, I don't know. How would Chopper ride in Speedy? Would he sit up? Would you lay him down like they did R2 and did him dirty? I don't know.
We're gonna put him in a net and then throw the net in the thing. It'll be great.
Yeah, but so there's your Ahsoka cast piece for 4:30.
Very exciting. All right,
And
next
more
show.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I was
This
just
is one of
talking
your
about
favorites,
this.
Dave, right?
The last time we had Ariel, or sorry, Ariel too. They couldn't talk about Obi-Wan, so that's all that stuff has happened since that last Boonta.
That's very exciting. And again, a lot of these actors have worked across multiple shows. Ariel, Chris, Lalani, Pam, Warren. You've seen them on the other posters we were just looking at. So $240 if you got all of them added to your Kenobi piece as well.
Oh yeah, Ewan and Hayden on this would be amazing, excellent, and then add the other people as well, because Warren is of course is Obi-Wan as well.
This poster, and actually most of them are from Trends International, so I took them straight from like the Amazon listing. So you can buy that exact poster. That's where the Google image was the top result, kids. Like to drop into this, that's intentional. So and it is a gorgeous photo.
It is. I like that. All right, let's see what else we got going here. Whoop.
Yeah, we're up to our sponsors. So that was everything for the cast pieces.
Woo!
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Look, like we said, if you do the quick math on this, you're talking about $2,000 just for cast pieces. Never mind if you wanted individual autographs for everyone or any other things, or multiples from people. So cash is king. Again, we can't guarantee that anyone's going to have credit card readers or Square or anything like that. Also, keep in mind like the rules and regulations of traveling with large sums of cash. You might want to plan it out, especially if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con or anywhere else on the trip. Where you can use your credit card and go cashless, do it and save your cash for this. But go to the bank maybe when you land in California and take out whatever your maximum is. Like I could tell you, like I think when I was younger on Bank of America, you can only take out $500 a day. And after that, like you'd have to actually go into the bank and like fill out a form, right? Like actually like a withdrawal form.
Traveler's checks anymore?
So my parents used traveler's checks when they went on a bus trip across like the great middle north, right? Like they were up in like Yellowstone and that kind of shit. Just like pre-pandemic, like 2019. So as recent as that. And the nice thing about that is if you lose them, you get them refunded, right?
Yeah,
because it's not like just like losing cash. So in theory, you could bring traveler's checks for like that kind of stuff if you wanted to keep your money safe from a loss.
Yeah, and of course bring the traveler's checks and then find a location. Okay, I didn't say the signers were going to take traveler's checks.
Yes,
no. Nope.
Yeah.
You go find a location that will cash in your traveler's checks, and you can cash in one for this day and one for that event, and one for that, just to keep yourself from carrying that big wad of cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to our sponsors, our title sponsors, Hyperspace Props and Experience Level Entertainment. Thank you guys so much. And then all the others as well. And these are just their sponsors for this event. These are the sponsors for the San Francisco event. Rebel Scum Con, that's next weekend, isn't it? Is that next weekend?
I think it's next week, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's certainly very close. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Scotty's Toy Shop, Rebel Base, Comics and Toys. That's one of my local comic shops, like here is local-ish. It's about 2 hours away from here. I go frequent there when I frequent a con in that town. That's in Charlotte, North Carolina. We've got the Nerf Herder Company. We've got My MTA travel company based out of Australia. And Did I write this? The Droids and Dreams. Droids and Dreams travel as well as Andy's Boat Repair. You know, I wonder if they could like fiberglass up some Speedy. They were doing some renos on Speedy at one point. Let's get Andy's and the Speedy people like together. Chase the Pack. Chase the Pack. Take care of your furry friends. And then Ruckle Construction and Realty. Ski Pruckle, the man, the myth, the legend with that.
Ski Pruckle, one of my favorites. My soon-to-be permanent co-host, along with me and Ashley,
Oh yeah,
on Clone Wars Revisited, coming in September. As you guys know, this Monday Celebrating Autographs thing is temporary. It's just 3 episodes. So starting next Monday, we're back to Rebels Revisited, and we are making the march to the finale of our show, and then we'll be turning over to Clone Wars, which will keep us on air for quite a while longer. Because Clone Wars is a lot. There's 7 seasons, girl. There's a lot of content.
Owner, operator, and like salesman extraordinary. Okay, I have been at a con where Skip was. I'm getting an autograph from a talent, and he's talking to them about redoing the door on the front of their home.
that's right on.
There was a whole conversation. It's like, yeah, I'll totally ship that to California. It'll be fine. We'll do.
That's
we'll
amazing.
do it up, we'll do the thing, and I'm like, you go.
Good for Skip. Okay. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us put on this awesome event, keeping our prices down so we can give you guys the best experience and plan all these awesome components to the family vacation. We couldn't do it without the sponsors, so thank you again, everyone.
Absolutely.
Make sure you follow them on all of the social channels. We'll make sure there's been posts on the Facebook page for every individual sponsor. Make sure you follow them, give them a like, and if you can, support them. They're helping put the event on. So if you need to buy a house or buy a boat or get your dog walked or buy a comic, start here. The people who are supporting like the small scale creators over here.
Absolutely. All right, and then now is the real recap
time. Yeah.
So event number 1, Heroes of the Filoniverse, people, right there. Okay, that's going to be July 29th. It's got a little bit different schedule. It's at Scum and Villainy Cantina in Hollywood, which going to Scum is like, that's a thing in itself. That's a Star Wars check mark.
It's like a rite of passage
kind of deal. And that's meet and greets at 5 to 8. Karaoke starts at 8, and the autographs will be going away at that point. The autographs are going away. Family vacation ticket holders, Troy, you asked if you had the time. If you're on the vacation, you'll get your secret decoder ring pins thing, and you show that at the door, and you're in an hour early. And that's
you have 4 hours to get all those signers.
And that's right on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Let's see.
We should have a summary of everyone signing as the next slide, right?
Sure. Yes. Oh, well, that's 2 slides for this one because it's that many.
All right, so let's hit them real quick. Barry Lowen, Ariel Shu, Dawn Dininger, Chris Bartlett, Marty Matulis, Leilani Shu, Iad Elbatar, Lauren Mary Kim, Christopher Sean, Katie O'Brien, Pam Riddle, Misty Roses, Nelson Lee, boo. No, we love him. We hate his character. Michelle Lee. People are gonna boo this man, and I'm gonna feel really bad about it. Omid Abtahi, Galen Howard, Warren Perlix Jr., Tamara Carlson Woodard, Gerald Prescott, and Tate Fletcher. I said his name, Tate. Oh my God, I did it again. Tate
You
Fletcher.
did it. Yeah, I didn't. I was sitting there thinking like, oh, because you want to go Rebels adjacent, and I was talking about like Tamara is like, of course, right there, it's Merle. How Rebels adjacent do you get? But yeah, lots of those. But then again, if you got nothing else you want to sign, we will have this piece right here to commemorate the event. Whether you want to get it signed, whether you want to just have it, these will be on sale there. It's for the Heroes of the Filoniverse with your date.
Which this would be quite the. I want to see someone do this. This would be quite the accomplishment to get everyone on this item. I'm certainly getting the poster for myself, but I have different things I want people to sign, so I'm not going to get this signed. But I want to see someone do it, and I feel like they should like win something for doing it. So
There's like a prize.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God, that reminds me, Dave. Afterwards, so for everyone, I need to get more Rebels Revisited business cards, but we also need to do Clone Wars Revisited
yeah.
business cards, and I want to have them for the family vacation. So let's talk after this. I will mail them to Mike's, so that way we have them for the event.
Oh, and remind me as well. Sorry, we're doing business that we would be doing.
Mhm.
There's a new thing that I'm trying about business cards. Ask me about that.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Yeah.
but
Maybe
anyway.
not Vistaprint. I like
Mm,
Vistaprint, but
mm,
I
mm,
try
mm.
something different. That's fine. Yeah. So business cards. Here we come. That'll be
All right.
that. By the way, that's going to be my swag. Is going to be the Rebels Revisited and the Clone Wars Revisited business cards.
Ooh, I actually have a little stack right here.
Oh, there you go. We should do a Daughters of the Galaxy one too. Yeah,
Ooh, I
because
like
we haven't
that.
done that one yet.
Absolutely. All
Yeah.
right, so here we go. And next event, Galaxy's Most Wanted. Boom. And that again is that one's our Anaheim. Well, we're calling it Anaheim, but it's in
It's
Fullerton.
Anaheim.
Okay, it's the
It's
same thing.
Anaheim. Yeah.
Anaheim is LA is like
Mhm.
this is all technically Anaheim, LA, Southern. It's this
Yeah.
big,
Again,
big.
it's California, and look,
Yeah.
it's Monday and Tuesday. This is the Tuesday event, people.
Yes.
Tuesday. So yeah, show up somewhere in California on Tuesday. We'll get you there.
So this one's got meet and greets from 4 to 8. There's no early entry for ticket holders. Everybody's in 4 to 8. Karaoke 8 to 12. North State College Boulevard in Fullerton. Boom. Here's who we have.
Fawn Davis, Daniel Stevens, Billy Bryan, Mark Anthony Austin, Aiden Barton, Margot Apostolos, Tux, Kevin and Tracy Thompson, John Morton, Dickie Beer.
Yeah, Tux for our purposes is going to become like Prince or Madonna.
Yeah. I want to say it's Akindoyeni, but I'm sure that we're we're gonna ask him when we get there how to pronounce his name.
Absolutely, we will
Yeah.
do that. There we go. And boom.
The
Okay,
poster.
people, I promise you, like I got the graphic done for Tux, but Tux will be added to this poster as well. I just didn't have time to do that one tonight. So yeah. Akindoyeni.
Akindoyeni. Okay.
That is what Ashley says, and we will trust her. And we will blame her if it is wrong. But yeah, so get your Galaxy's Most Wanted poster. This one is probably a little more likely that you could actually get everything done and fit on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a little bit more reasonable for the bounty pucks. You could do that.
Yeah, 10 signers is totally doable on what's the size of the poster? Do we know? It's not going to be a 24 by 36. It's going to be like a 10 by like 11 by 9 or something, right?
Believe 11 by 17.
Yeah.
I believe, and if that is not correct, I probably have some redesigning to do.
So ish, yeah, but it's not going to be a poster. It's going to be more of like a lithograph kind of flat kind of size,
like a big lobby card is
Yeah,
the ideal.
great.
All right.
Say, Troy, I
Number
like your
17,
strategy,
boom,
Troy, that
right
you're going to catch them all, and I do want to catch up with you afterwards and find out just how many of the signers. Also, there's got to be someone out there, and maybe out of the people watching, someone really has a plan to meet every single person and get an autograph from every single person. I would love to see it, and I think that's exactly the kind of content we want to see on the Facebook page after the event.
Cool. Yeah, is everybody showing off what you got and
Yep.
swag and all that other stuff too?
Yeah.
Because we didn't even talked about swag because this show's that long already.
Yeah.
But boom, then of course our third one right here is creators of the Star Wars universe.
And this is the Thursday event up in San Francisco on August 1st.
August 1st. This one's got the different schedule. We're doing everything together. It's all from 7 to 11, but way fewer signers, plenty of time to still talk to all of them, plenty of time to hang out and do all the things.
Yep. And I will say, I do think someone like Hal may be asked to sign like 6 or 7 things for one person. I know if I got to meet him and had some time, I would want him to sign multiple things. So just be mentally prepared for that.
Oh
But
yeah,
we'll make sure that we get you all in.
because I'll be in front of you with several.
Yeah. Totally. Look, that's the reason we're doing this event.
Okay. If I no. I'm not talking about like Hal's singing voice, but you don't want to hear me singing karaoke.
Me neither.
It-
I
Maybe
will
Hal
watch
has
the
now.
karaoke.
Some of our signers from other events I have seen singing karaoke. Misty is amazing.
Yeah, Misty's
Okay,
great.
so we might be surprised at this. Maybe Hal does have a lovely singing voice, and we will all get to know that, and we will talk about that legend afterwards. So very cool. Yeah, here they all are.
Yep. Hal Hickel, John Goodson, not Goodman, Bill Kimberlin, Lauren Vaught, C. Andrew Nelson, and Kate Sabaker. So
Yep.
again, very doable. 6 people, 4 hours, karaoke, all sorts of fun.
Oh, and this is the reveal of the poster for this, right? We haven't
Yeah.
seen this one before. Is nobody has seen the poster, and boom, here it is.
Loving the He-Man font, obviously.
Yes.
And look, there's plenty of real estate, and they can all sign on their faces and still, or on their bodies, basically, and the autographs will still, there's still a sizable amount of space. Or right above.
Yeah. Is I in my mind when I created this is you could be able to really kind of alternate between a signature above, a signature below, a signature above, a signature below, and you've got the room to do that. So you could,
Yep. Yeah, that's totally doable. Okay.
And oh, I didn't know that. There you go. Spencer says Katie is amazing at singing. Nice. All right. And what would be complete? You got a poster, you got some autographs. What do you need? You need a new t-shirt. Everybody needs a new t-shirt.
None of us have enough t-shirts, is my understanding. So yes, this is the exclusive t-shirt for the event.
Yep, available at all the Boontas, $30 right there. And I think there's rumor of, is there a pre-order? Is that an official thing, or am I imagining? Spencer, comment in the chats, because so we know. So yeah, you can totally get those. What else are we moving on? Oh, yes. Thanks to all of our sponsors for all 3 of the events.
Yeah, we couldn't do without you guys. Like we said, it's expensive to host and plan and organize an event of this scope and scale. We're renting out 3 different, we'll say bar grills, but like locations, sizable locations, like famous locations. Scum and Villainy is a destination in and of itself. It ain't cheap to just grab that space. And so there's so much that goes into all of the planning and everything, and we couldn't do it without the sponsors here. Hyperspace Props and Experience Level Entertainment. They are our signature sponsors across all of the events and really helping us stay afloat on all of this. Again, Rebel Scum Con, which is coming up so soon. Scotty's Toy Shop, Rebel Based Comics and Toys. What do we have over here? The Nerf Herder Company.
Nerf Herder Company, yes.
Star Wars Family Fun Day. Elite Signatures. The 2 travel companies. One is My MTA. And what was the other travel company? I can't read that. Droid and Dreams Travel.
Oh, Droids and Dreams.
Yep.
Yes.
Wagon and Walk-In. Andy's Boat Repair.
K&K Pressing.
K&K, that's what it is. Yes. Ruckel Construction and Realty, and then Chase the Pack. So thank you, everyone. We really appreciate all of you guys. I'm sorry, I just can't read at this font level. Which I'm feeling my age today, let me tell you.
Oh, Mark needs some like Star Wars readers.
Yeah, like something. I'll get myself the Lobot look. So the last part of our show, we wanted to make sure that we talked a little bit about what you need to be prepared for any autograph signing, any celebration. And in fact, as Dave said at the start of the episode, go back and watch some of the Celebrating Autographs prep episodes that Frank has done to get you ready for a celebration, because it's going to be just like that. You're going to want a lot of the same accessories and organizing tools to get yourself ready for this with so many people to meet.
Well, so many people, and if you're getting posters and things, the last thing you want to do is just have to like lug them around loose, worry about how are you going to put them in your suitcase, what are you going to do with all that sort of stuff. even if you're getting, the 8x10s and everything, you're gonna have an investment in this stuff. Okay. Or if you're trying to bring your cast piece, those Obi-Wan posters or whatever that you bought out there, you're going to need a poster tube, right? And you can get just a super simple cardboard poster tube that that item might ship to you from the place. Or if you want to get one that's bigger, fatter, adjustable, I've got one of those plastic ones right there. It's got the shoulder strap, that sort of thing. So definitely grab yourself one of those. For all of those 8x10s, right? See, Ashley, I see you trying to get ahead of me. Is right there is we recommend Itoya portfolios. I think all of us have one. I generally keep two. Okay, so I keep this one here. This is an 11x17. This is what I bring a lot of stuff back, but this 11x17 is kind of difficult to take with you to all the cons. Though if you're getting the 11x17 posters, you wouldn't have to roll them. You could have this one. So I take an 8x10 with me to cons, and I come back and I have the chance that I can put my stuff in these and keep them. And this works for photo ops that you've printed out, as well as your autographs and that sort of thing. And these are acid free. Don't do the thing. They don't, like, your stuff doesn't bleed. It's great.
Yeah, everyone swears by this particular portfolio. I know there are others on the marketplace. I would say if you're going to spend the kind of money you're going to spend on getting the autographs and getting the right prints, you should put it in the right storage. And everyone says this is the portfolio to have.
Yeah, because some people will leave them in, and I've had to do it with some things, is the plastic sleeves, or like that hard comic book storage kind of things as well. People have had the nightmare of having their signature like bleed off onto that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as archival as this particular brand is. A whole lot of people that we know use them and keep them in this forever. If you have just mini, yes, a top loader, that's what it's called. Top loaders stuff will totally bleed onto, it will rub off eventually, but sometimes you do what you do. And again, if you happen to have an Ashley Brienzo piece, you could put that right in there as well.
Yeah, trust Ashley. She's an artist. She's saying she uses these. This is the right stuff to get.
Yeah.
It's just straight out of Frank's deck from Celebration 19.
It is. I took these directly off of previous Celebrating autographs. I mentioned that Kevin Thompson has his character Chubray on a comic book, so you could totally, that's another option of things that you could have signed. Is we're going to talk about some other things in a minute. We've talked about 8x10s and that sort of thing, but you can find a comic book with any of these characters on there, right? Is just find their character on a comic, have it signed, you bag it, board it, put it in there, put it in comic book boxes. They have really nice shipping boxes that comics come in, and I'm amazed that I do not have one within arm's reach. That's unusual.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a completely option as well. And comic book bags and boards are, of course, acid free stuff. Listen, oh, that's no bueno. The glitter in the top loader that you got for the signed folder. But yeah, see, stuff sucked. Yeah. So the top loaders and things, but
yeah, not the best. The glitter I would keep. I mean, that's cool.
But, Oh, I will also caution as well at this time is if you're getting figures and things signed, I love to have figures signed. I've got mine in a nice hard case.
Mm-hmm.
Do not transport them in your luggage in this hard case, because they jostle around in there no matter how well you pack them. And part of my Emily Swallow autograph rubbed off in transport back from Anaheim. is you're going to want to have like some tissue paper or something like that. These are from a place called, I think, Star Cases. These hard ones right here. I think they do those as well. But yeah, they are great. They make them in custom sizes for all the different, because this is a super wide one for Zeb because he's a bigger figure than all the rest of them. And some of the Black Series are square, and some of them have this little cut off. But you can see there a little bit on Emily. You can see a little bit how the way is kind of janky.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get you some like tissue paper or something to wrap it in and put that sort of stuff and protect as well.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do with all this stuff? You got to have something to carry it all around in. Those Itoyas fit really nice for this. I think it depends on your book bag, but you might be able to get the 11x17 in one. The 8x10 fits like a dream.
I've also seen lots of people bring roller luggage. Something with wheels is great. Look, the con professionals out there know, like, if you got to carry around all this crap, like something with wheels is fantastic. That way you don't have to like physically lift everything.
Yeah.
So that would save your back, your shoulders, especially if you're on vacation for a week. We're going to be doing a lot of walking and physical activity. This will be a good thing.
Oh yeah, I carry a huge bag. Mine is like a tactical bag with all sorts of like different hooks and loops and things I can attach my my poster tube to it. It's kind of like bungees to it and all that. But
yeah, Dave's literally going to war.
Smallish con that I was, well, yes, it's that. It looks like that. Somebody asked me about that while I was at the con. But my back after a day on the concrete floors with that thing is just, but it's big enough for me to put stuff like this in it too.
Yeah.
You know, I can take all my toys and right there.
Well, I like the luggage.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the roller carry-on luggage is the answer for that.
Yeah. Ooh, wheelie backpacks. Those are. But then, pens.
Yes.
Our talent is going to have pens. They will have some things, but they may not have the thing that you want. Okay. Because not all pens are created equal. Not all pens are appropriate for all surfaces.
Yeah.
Sharpies are great and amazing for some things. Sharpies are not going to show up at all if you end up with a Black Series or something like this. If you're having that done across the plastic, not going to see it. Gone. All right. You know, sometimes a metallic Sharpie would actually work on some of these surfaces, but the best bet that you're going to get is probably some sort of oil-based paint pen. And these Deco color markers are amazing. This is Spencer's go-to recommendation, the Deco colors. I use some other ones that I got in a big, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I got a big pack of paint pens from Amazon. If you want to know more about that, message me and I'll look up and find that in my Amazon history. But those are nice enough that I have had talent ask me where I got them when I handed talent the marker. Yeah, it's Steve Blum was when he signed my Zeb. He's like, "Ooh, I like this color and I like the way that this marker looks and works on there." He's like, "Where did you get that?" So.
Yeah, I mean, he does a lot of signings, so he's someone who would have good knowledge on what pens work and don't work.
Well, and that was the question that we had was, I don't know the longevity of the ones that I have doing as many signings as he does. You know what I mean? I don't know how is it going to sign great today, and then will it store till the next weekend when he does it again? Decos will. Okay, Decos, you're going to sign it today, and when you use it at the next event, when you use it at the next week, when you use it at the next con, you're going to still have a reliable marker.
Yeah.
I think Frank recommends Sakura markers. You'd have to again watch the previous celebrating autographs to find that. And you can do that. Now, do Sharpies have a place? Yes. Will some of the talent have Sharpies? Yes. And on certain surfaces and certain things, great. But if you know you want a Black Series signed and you want it signed or you want a Funko signed and you want it signed across the plastic, you want to show up with a marker that you know is going to last and you know is going to be run, and the talent will have zero problem with that. Is, prime the marker, get it all ready. I test them on the back of my phone. See the red and the blue dots? That's the from my having someone sign it earlier. See how the red wipes off if you're not careful? Oh. But, have those ready. And that's what we have for really what you need, but there's more.
So pens,
Yeah. We can go back. We can go backwards. I can make it go backwards. We
let's
got
go back real quick.
pins. We got a backpack. We got comic book stuff if you're using comic books.
Yep. And the portfolio.
Portfolio and a poster tube.
Yep. Those are the critical pieces.
Absolutely. And then there's more. What about if you're a Funko collector?
Yeah.
We know they're there. We know Skip is completely anti-Funko. We know Spencer is over the moon Funko, so is Mark, who are you still in the chat there, Mark with a C? Is we will post these lists. You could screen cap it right now if you really wanted to, but we'll post these lists. This is everybody that you could get and the numbers of their Funkos, like Chris Bartlett. There's one for Zero. There's one for C-3PO. Misty's got one for Queel, one for Frog Lady. Leilani's got Off-World Jawas, multiple Jawas. There's all the Jawas. And then Dawn and Tamara, of course, worked on the Child. So there's 47 of those. So we'll post all of this list. You can see the Funkos for Hollywood. And then there's the ones for Anaheim and San Francisco, because there's Boba Fett Funkos. There's a comic book Boba Fett. There's multiple different versions of many of these. So you can check those out. And if you want to go even further down the rabbit hole, holy mess there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Black Series. Again, we're not going to go through all this here because we were well over time. We knew we were going to run long because of all of the content. But if you're planning on meeting Lauren Mary Kim, and she's the stunt double for Ahsoka, there's a lot of Ahsoka stuff out there in Funko, in Black Series, in regular figures. There's all sorts of Ahsoka shit. It's crazy how much Ahsoka merchandise there is. In theory, Lauren could sign just about any of it. So it all depends on what you think would be cool to have her sign. We wanted to get you guys at least Funko and Black Series, knowing that's a big part of the collector base. And lightsabers.
Totally you can do that.
So we'll make sure we post these so you guys can get prepared, especially on maybe more of the creature shop people that you're not 100% confident in. Did people know there was a Frog Lady Funko? You might not have realized that. And absolutely, Misty could sign that. So that'd be very cool.
Yeah, and if there's other things that you're more interested that we haven't got, I have toys, vintage things, other things, that sort of thing, you're more than welcome. You should just message me. I'll discuss it, because if you have a better idea than I do, I will totally steal it. And if I have some ideas, I will be happy to share with you as what figures and things I'm bringing. But yeah, there's a list for Hollywood. There's the list for Anaheim, San Francisco, all sorts of stuff that you can bring to the table there. Whew, looky there. I think we might have done it.
Yeah, we made it. I'm checking my notes. We survived all 3 episodes of Celebrating Autographs, and through all 3 of the key events. So talking about Hollywood, Anaheim, San Francisco, a huge list of signers, an ever-growing list of signers, cast pieces, all the tools and merch that you need to bring with you to be ready for
Mhm.
the show. Um, and of course, identifying who everyone is and what they cost. That's probably the most important part. So, all of that information is available across all three of these episodes. And we'll post the important graphics up on the Facebook page as
Yeah.
well. And again,
Oh,
if you guys have any questions, you could always message any one of us and we'll get back to you with answers.
and you know what we did forget is one of our title sponsors is helping with this, but at our Boonta Anaheim in the recap is don't forget Sabak with Sully.
That'll be really fun.
Oh yeah, that one's going to be hugely fun. Is you can go there from Hyperspace Props. We've got prizes and the supplies because they make Sabak supplies. They make credits. They make Sabak decks, dice, the whole shabam. So when autographs go away and we start doing the karaoke, we got Sully setting up Sabak. And
Yeah, it's gonna be really
don't
fun.
forget we've got a lightsaber meetup going on during the trip. We're invading Disneyland and Batu. Whew, all the things.
There's so much happening. It's going to be a fantastic trip. Um, so thank you guys so much for joining us to get
One more.
ready. Oh yeah,
Use code Boonta at Hyperspace Props and get 10% off. If you want to have like your own credits and Sabak supplies to show up or to practice up, go ahead. Oh yeah, and the Skywalkers is we didn't even mention that the Skywalkers are going to be there. We talked about Craig Miller a little bit. Is whew, peoples everywhere.
yeah. I lost track of where I was. But yeah, I know we have made it through the end of the episode. Uh, if you guys have any questions at all about um, who's signing, what character they play, what they cost, what part of the content they're in, what supplies you need to bring, message any of us. We will
Mhm.
help you get organized. The trip is about a month away, so start making your purchases now. If you need to bring a print, if you want to buy a Funko, like don't wait for Amazon Prime a couple days before. Remember, you have to pack this stuff, get
Yes.
it situated and organized. You want to show up organized. I feel like the best way to alleviate the anxiety and the stress of any type of event like this is to have your list of what you're going to buy, your cash ready, what you want to get signed, what color you want it signed in. Do the prep work ahead of time, like do your homework and get everything organized before the show so you're not scrambling and feeling overwhelmed. Because when you're on vacation with everyone else who's in the chat, like you're going to run into people and be like, oh, I want to spend time and hang out and do the fun stuff. The last thing you want to do is be organizing your Sharpies and your pictures and everything in the hotel room or miss out on lunch with everyone because you're trying to get your stuff situated for the event, you know? Like, take care of that now while you're home on a Tuesday with nothing to do in
Yeah,
the middle of your
have
cave.
your con bag packed and ready. Is
Yeah.
that's why we recommend those that with the multiple pouches. Is your pens are in this pack, your stuff is in this pack, your iToy is in the like little laptop sleeve. That's fits perfectly in the laptop bag. So get it going now and pack your suitcase with all the stuff you're bringing and make sure there's still room for your clothes because I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
also
that
that.
problem.
Yeah.
I'm
Remember, ship everything to Mike's house. That's
yes.
what we were told. So, all right. On that note, thank you guys so much for joining us. Anything else we have to? Oh, we should mention what's coming on the network this week. So,
Oh, totally.
tomorrow, join us for happy hour as well as the Acolyte after, immediately following, we'll say therapy hour.
Yes, the
Um,
therapy session.
yeah,
Ooh, and
I know.
sometimes we need it.
Yeah. And then Wednesday is a new episode of Daughters of the Galaxy with Jamie and Ashley. They'll be talking about the midway point of Acolyte. Then it's basically Acolyte all week. Thursday is the watch along for episode 5. Friday you'll see the after show with John and Mike and Bryce for episode 5. And then Sunday we have the Jedi Archive boys, which are John and Mike and Bryce. So then I don't even remember what they're covering, but I'm sure they'll talk Acolyte as well because it is all
I think
Acolyte
they're
all the time
probably
over here.
talking some High Republic-y stuff,
It's
which
got to
is
be.
completely Acolyte adjacent.
Yes.
It's they're going through the High Republic comics, and you can find out a lot. There's a lot more depth behind some of these characters that we're seeing, and where they go back. No
Yeah,
spoilers.
I need to start getting into the High Republic. It's definitely a blind spot for me in the fandom, but I can't keep up with everything. I'm sure everyone feels that way, but everyone I know says the High Republic is amazing. So
It is.
it's on my list. All right. Well, thank you again, guys. We look forward to seeing you on the network next week. Oh, and tune in next Monday for the return of Rebels Revisited. And happy
Yay!
Pride to everyone out there. It's actually the final week of June, and so the Pride Parade is this Sunday in New York, and I think in San Francisco as well. And Pride Month officially comes to an end on the 30th, and then we're into July already. The summer is flying, and then it's basically a month until the
Ooh,
vacation.
that means we
It's
need to
crazy.
reinstate the patriotic collection on TeePublic as well, because we
Yeah.
got your Pride Month covered and we
Yep.
got your July covered too.
That's right. We got everything. Um, yes. Good night, Sherry. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. And we'll see you next Monday for Rebels. I'm so excited to get back to Rebels after
Yeah.
doing all the autograph coverage. And we'll see you on the network. Thanks again, and may the force be with you.
May the force be with you all.